Hello, my name is Rishikesh Upadhyay and my cohort name is Cohort Crawl. I'm here to present my Capstone project, Module 1. So, from the word Module 1 coding challenges, the first question is from the code correction BMI calculator. A BMI calculator has a simple formula which consists of a weight and a height. Weight is divided by height into height. So, the code was there was a function calculate BMI with weight and height as parameters, and there was a logic for BMI calculation, but the error in this code was in if else statements. So this else if statement had a condition that BMI greater than equal to 18.5 or BMI less than 24.9, which returns normal weight. But the logic is wrong. If there is an or condition between, then it will at least satisfy one condition, which is BMI greater than 18.5. And whenever the BMI will be greater than 18.5, maybe it's more than 25, but it will only show normal weight. Always the output will be normal weight, and if it's under 18.5, then it will be underweight. Otherwise the output will be normal weight. I rectified this error with a new condition where BMI greater than equal to 18.5 and BMI less than 24.9. This and condition makes sure that if the BMI is 18 greater than 18.5 and BMI is less than 24.9, then it falls under normal weight. But if BMI is greater than 25 and BMI is less than 29, then it will show overweight, and more than 29.9 will show obese. So this program works fine, and the error finding was a bit tricky, but finally I made it. The second question was temperature converter. There was a function convert temperature which consisted of two parameters, temperature and unit. If the unit was C for Celsius, it should be converted into Fahrenheit, and if there is a Fahrenheit, then it should be converted into Celsius. And the given temperature was calculated by using a specific formula. The code was decent and it looked just fine. As I was going through the code, I found that the temperature converting formula was incorrect. So I corrected this code, and the code is there is a function convert temperature which consists of two parameters, temperature and unit. And if the unit is equal to C, that means it's exactly equal to C. The temperature goes through a formula and converts itself to Fahrenheit. And it returns the temperature in Fahrenheit up to 2 decimal numbers. So I corrected this formula where at first it had modulus, but I changed it to division with the brackets. And it same goes to Celsius part, where if unit is Fahrenheit, it will be converted into Celsius. But again, the formula was wrong. It had a modulus instead of division, so I added the division, and the program is working fine. Whatever the given temperature will be, it will be converted into Celsius or Fahrenheit respectively with 2 decimal digits. The third question I want to talk about is from an improvised perspective to the coding problem. The given solution is already correct and there are no errors, but we have to find a different approach to solve the question. So the question was write a JavaScript function called find longest word. The question means that if input is a given sentence, then we have to find the which word has the most letters, and we have to print the length of that word. This is the given solution 1, where we have a function find longest word with a parameter sentence. Whenever we get a sentence, we split it by spaces, and we form an array which is words. Then we create a variable max length which is initially defined as 0. Then we create a for loop where let I equal to 0 and I less than words dot length. Whatever the array words is, the loop should run less than its length. We have an increment I++. Const length equal to words I dot length. This line will give us the length of the every word in the array. First we will get the length of the first word, and then it will go in an if else condition where we'll check that if the length of the first word is greater than the max length. As starting max length is already 0, then the max length will change to the length of the first word, and loop will iterate again, and we will have our second word, and it will check if the length of the second word is greater than the max length, and if it is, then the max length will change again with the length of the second word, and the loop will go on and on until the all words are over, and then the max length will be returned. I had to use for of loop as a solution too with a different approach. So I used for of instead of normal for loop, where I used word as a variable parsing to the words array. The word will go to every word in the words array, and it will check the length, and if the length is greater than the max length, then the max length will be switched with the current length. Actually, the logic of the both programs are almost same, but we had to use for of instead of normal for loop. So this is the best way to use it in this program. The second question from the improvised perspective to the coding problem is the title case. Write a JavaScript function called title case which accepts a sentence string as input and transformed it into a title case. So the given solution had a function title case which took a sentence parameter. Then the sentence was converted to the lowercase and splitted with the space. Then sentence.lowercase.split ensures that the sentences are in lowercase, as the title case should only capitalize the first letter of each word, and it creates an array of words, and the for loop is then used to iterate through each word in the words array. Words I 0 dot uppercase is used to convert the first character of the current word at index I to uppercase. This ensures that the first letter of each word is capitalized. The words I.substring1 is used to extract the substring of the word starting from the second character, index 1. This extracts the remaining characters of the word in lowercase. These two parts are then concatenated together to form the correctly formatted word with the first letter in uppercase and the rest in lowercase. The result is assigned back to the words element in array, effectively replacing the original word with the title case version. After the loop has processed all the words in the words array, the join method is used to join the words back together into the single strings separated by spaces. This creates the final title case sentence. We had to come up with a different solution by using map function. In my program, the title case function takes a sentence parameter, and then this line splits the input sentence into an array of words using spaces as the separator. Each word in this sentence becomes an element in the characters array. This line uses the map function to iterate through each word in the characters array and apply a transformation to each word. With transformation, I mean that this line checks if the current character word is an empty string, and if it is, that returns an empty string. This ensures that there might be a consecutive spaces or empty words in the input sentence, and if there are no empty words, the second line capitalizes the first letter of the word using caret 0 to uppercase and converts the rest of the word to lowercase using the slice 1 to lowercase. This ensures that each word is in the title case format. Finally, this line joins the transformed word in the title case characters array back into the single strings separated by spaces. This was a different approach I took by using map function to convert the given sentence into a title case sentence. The last question I want to talk about is from logic building coding questions. It's the question number 2, character reversal. Write a JavaScript function, reverse a string, that takes a string as an input and returns the string with its characters reversed. Let's talk about the approach I took and the logic I made to solve this program. This code defines a JavaScript function called reverse string that takes one argument str, which is expected to be a string. This purpose of this function is to reverse the characters in the input string and return the reverse string. This line initializes an empty string variable called reversed. This variable will be used to store the reverse string. This line starts a for loop that iterates through the characters of the input string str in reverse order. It initializes a variable I with the value of the last index of the string str.length -1, and it continues looping as long as I is greater than or equal to 0. It decrements I by 1 in each iteration. Inside the for loop, this line appends the character at the current index I of the input string str to be reversed string. This effectively builds the reverse string one character at a time, starting from the end of the original string and moving towards the beginning. After the for loop has finished executing reversed string, which contains the characters of the input string str in reverse order, it finally returns the reversed string, which is the input string with its characters reversed. Thank you so much. This is my 5 questions from Capstone project module 1. I had a great time solving them.